Peace and blessings. This is Lisa Marie. It's a little overcast here in the countryside, Ghana, West Africa, Volta region. Child, I be still trying to work with this blouse. I don't know what my seamstress did. I don't know. I really don't. But I had to put it on because it's linen and it feels good. How about that? So we are on day 8 of the fast, child. It's something about the air here. It's thicker or something. It's higher altitude. So I gotta breathe deeper. Or yeah, it's some stuff that don't worry about it. But I'm making sure that I acclimate here and I understand the difference. So I hope you are well, perfect, whole, and complete. We are in the living room and I'm sitting on my couch, which I never ever sit on. It's the lighting sometimes too, but I hope we're fine, perfect, whole, and complete. Don't be trying to act like I don't know what's going on with my outfit either, okay? So just go with it, okay? Go with it. It's asymmetrical. Who is this? Robin. I'm here. Hey, Robin. I'm so glad. Welcome to the wonderful channel. We hope it's wonderful today. Just a moment. I've been running around. Just been running around. But I'm here now. We are going to go over to the guest house. I want to switch a few things. I had some small decorative ideas that I think will look better, and we're going to go over there and do that. But for now, I just wanted to say I'm still in the Volta region. I'm still fasting. Still fasting. I did one day. Yesterday was our first all-liquid day, so today is the second day. We're just getting started, so you know, it's always a thing. Pray we make it. And I got lemon, ginger, turmeric, water, of course, and cayenne pepper. That's what I'm drinking right now, and it's warm. It's that, y'all know it's weird, but so y'all know me. I control my blood pressure naturally. If I don't really be on it, it could go, you know. But I haven't done anything too weird. I got up here and I kept wondering every time I come up here, why does it go higher? It is because of the elevation. So, because when I take my pressure and I do deep breathing and hold my breath, it's perfect. When I don't, it's not. So I have to acclimate myself. I have to make sure I do a lot of walking in this thicker air so my lungs and everything would open up. So that's why I think I'll be looking like I have some kind of inflammation, especially when I come up here. But I'm figuring it out because we got to make it work, honey. We have to make it work. Let me see. I love sitting over here, but maybe we got to wait till it's very overcast today, so I'm going to go in the lights. I prefer that. Outfit of the day is quite simple. It's a shirt that I made that I gave her a design. It wasn't quite like this, but and my jeans. I've already definitely could see myself. I'm losing some weight. Not trying to, but that's the nature of fasting. So it's not about that for me, but for other people, yes, it is, and I get that too. That's all right too. Okay, lighting much better. I feel better. So yeah, y'all. I met a wonderful dear friend. Somebody introduced me to him. He's a Black American living in Ghana, doing some great work up in the Volta, and he is a Virgo. No, it matters. So he's dotting I's and crossing T's. And every time I feel like, oh, I gotta leave, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's quiet, it's isolating. Even though I got another sister that loved to meet me in person, and I'm working on meeting her. It's like I asked for everything I asked for, I'm receiving. I wanted community, I wanted family, and now I'm receiving both. And I just have to embrace it and let it in. But why I realized that I wanted it because it's beautiful, it's wonderful up here, it's quiet, you hear the birds singing, you're gonna hear the church in a minute too. But you hear all of that, and that's like, oh, it's so great. But at some point it becomes very isolated and very quiet and almost a little lonely, right? Especially if you don't have a project, something you're working on, something you're doing. So to me, community, diaspora community, is like it's everything, and we all need it. When we meet each other, we just like, oh, how are you? You know, it's deep, right? And I know I did all this for a reason. I know I bought this land for a reason. I know I got that guest house for a reason, like to rent it out. But I get to a point where after a month, maybe it's only 2 weeks at this point, but after a month to the most, like I gotta go back, and so going back and forth, you are really solid, you know. So I feel like I thought I was doing this fast for. I wanted to heal the broken heart, but I feel like that part's kind of more healed. And of course, Robin, I think you had asked a question on one of the other videos. I think it was you about, and maybe it wasn't, but am I doing this cleanse for my last relationship healing or all the intimate relationships? And I said, all intimate relationships and more, because I realized that at this point, it's way more. It's way more. And the way more is that part of me that don't want to sit down or that seems hesitant to sit and, okay, good. That seems hesitant to sit and put those roots down. It's like there's a part of me that I'm in Ghana on March 9th, next month will be 6 years, right? And yet I won't make myself be there. Like I won't admit that I'm here. I don't know, how do I say that? Like I won't, I tell you what it is, I was thinking about it, you know. I have my daughter still in the US, and sometimes the thought of, I think about, oh my God, you know, I'm gonna go to Ghana. I mean, I'm in Ghana and my daughter's over there. I think there's a certain amount of guilt that I feel. So I have this thing, I think, that's like, oh, if I don't have to admit, if I don't really commit to being here, right? And let's talk about what that looks like in a minute. Then I'm not really leaving my daughter, right? I'm not really leaving my child, right? And there's a lot of guilt around, you know, being gone for so long and not seeing her. We're fixing that this year, we pray. So why, and I thought about too, I was like, why are having you, and thank you for the love, like, why haven't you gone back to the US, right? What's really going on? Because you obviously want to see your daughter, we already know that. So we know it's not because you don't want to see your child. Why? I have such anxiety about just taking that plane ride all the way back there. Let me tell you, I know this is against popular belief, especially as the narrative of Africa hopefully is changing and more people are more aware, but I feel like I'm going backwards when I go there. Hold on one sec, I'm explaining. Hold on, I gotta get some more. I feel like that I'm going backwards. Yes, they had modern other convenience, I guess the water probably runs, or you know, whatever, the lights, but I feel like I'm so content. I feel like I don't have problems, okay? I don't have no problems. Like, I don't really have no problems, right? I don't worry so much about how I'm gonna pay my rent. I don't worry so much about how I'm gonna eat the foods that I eat. Like, I don't worry about how to pay those bills, and just my quality of life is happy. And I don't want stress. And I feel like if I go back there, it's stress, it's different, everything costs more. I don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't want to go back there. If I wish my daughter's gonna come visit me as well, but so it's that it's not a place that I would like. It was like, oh, where's the next place you want to go? That wouldn't be my dream place to go. And this is no offense to, I'm from there, I was born and raised there. It's just going back there, and mostly going back to the stress. If it was the way it was prior to 2020, I would probably be happier, go back. But even if all this stuff and the elected officials that's up in there, it would still not be the same, because that would be 6 years later, and that doesn't make sense. Life happens, inflation happens. It wouldn't also be the same because my perspective, the way I see things, the way I feel, the way I am, you change, y'all. You change when you live abroad. You're not that person. You're maybe not this person, but you're not that person. You are another person. I don't know how to explain it, and it's just weird for me because I'm pretty good at explaining things. So there's an anxiety of just being back there. It's almost like now I have responsibilities, or now I have to deal with different personalities, or, you know, and yeah. And I always feel too a little bit like when you go, like your family, they hold a little bit of grudge, like how dare she be away for all this time, and you know, you can't speak on family issues or things that are going on. My family's good to remind me, well, you wasn't here, or you wasn't here, or you wasn't here, you know. And I just feel like I'm going back to being a role, like I'm a grown woman, and I won't be able to maybe be that when I go back in the same way, right? Because I have to rely on other people and stay in other people's places that also are looking for places, you know. I just don't want to go back to conversation about certain things. I don't want to go back to the climate and the energetic climate that is there, because why? I'm so sensitive. If I'm sensitive from going from my cry to the Volta region, if my lungs have to expand so that I can be up in the mountains, right? If I have to, or I have to go back to the cry and deal with the pollution, like, and each one bothers me. Like, I can't even go to the next country without taking time to acclimate. Yet I have to like acclimate. I'm so sensitive. I'm sensitive mentally, physically, spiritually, energetically, emotionally. So it's almost like I'll be taking my body through torture, pain, upset, and I mean body, mind, body, spirit, body, physical. You know, body, mind, body, spirit, body. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's not mentally sound to do that. It seems like it's the worst. It just does not seem like it's a good idea that I go back. I think I'm gonna convince my daughter to come here. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to make it hard for myself. I never want to do that again. I don't want that. I've not had that. I have, I don't own 4 plots of land there. I don't have 3 apartments, and one's going to be income probably. Like, I don't want that stress on me because I'm so sensitive. I take too long to acclimate. I'm a slow traveler. I don't want to. It's because I want to love me. I want to take good care of me, and I don't feel like that would be doing that. So that's why I haven't been back. Like, there's nothing. It just seems like that's stress and problems, and over here I'm not having those problems like that. Like, I don't want to do it. So that's why. So but I have to put down roots here. Like, I have to stop letting the guilt or the shame or the fear or whatever, because then I'm still kind of there if I don't put the roots down. Okay, so what would that look like, putting the roots down here? What do you think? Since you bought land, you got turning the guest house into a bona fide guest house where people come and pay. Building something on one of these lands, a house. That would be the ultimate roots. Forget the guest house for a second. It would be building a home, and just buckling down. This is where your land is, and knowing that means you might have to give up a cry for a minute, because it might take you a while to build a house. It might take you a year. I mean, unless I could rent out the cry, which is like most likely, to be honest, what I would want to do. I actually don't want to give up a cry because I like it, I need it, and then being okay with that. Some things that just don't make sense, but make sense to you. I want well-being no matter where I go. I don't want to have to choose between a cry and a countryside. I want both. And I can have both if I do the right thing, if I sit down, if I make it happen. It could be my little luxury. It's for my own mental health. My mental health is so important to me. It's more important to me than I think I've known. Let's go and get us some more tea, or at least turn it on and get it hot. So it's really, about my mental health. And I know my daughter can come here. She told me she would come. And I'm going to actually encourage her to do that, even though I'm still coming. Because I know a lot of people want to see me, but it's like, you know what, y'all, come to Ghana. Come to Ghana. Come, and I got a perfect place for you to stay, and we need girl trip, but I'm here. I'm right here. This is where I want to be, and I don't want stress. It feels like, why you gonna walk into the lion's den? Like, you just gonna walk in. Hold on a sec. It's like, you just gonna walk into the lion's den. You just gonna voluntarily walk in to all that. Yeah. I want my people to visit me, and I want to. Another thing, y'all. Let me think. I feel like I'm more international than domestic, and I prefer living in foreign countries. I do. I mean, if I wasn't this one, it'd be another one. Foreign than just other than the one I was born in. I'm so sorry about this video. I hope it's not offending people, but some people need to live abroad, and I love it. Some people like I would never leave the red, white, and blue. This is our home. We built it, and I'm like, hey, I feel you on that. That's what you. That's no, that ain't me. It's not me. I don't have that. Because it takes me so long to acclimate, when I actually live in a place for a long time, I acclimate it. And I just, my body has to go through so much pressure. Like literally, you know how you go into the plane and the pressure in the cabin type energy? That's me. Like it would be pressure. Hold on, God. And I'm still releasing. But it's not from the inside, it's just dust. I'm surprised it wasn't happening until I started talking. Okay, so yeah, I don't want the pressure. I don't want the pressure of acclimating, because look how much I have to acclimate here. Just from across here. The Hamilton, the air, it's a lot. And I don't want it. I could imagine, absolutely imagine going from here to there. I just, And it's like something that I gotta go deep with, something that I gotta put to rest. Something that, I'm so sorry, y'all. Yeah, it's just all coming out, you know, that's how I feel. So, these are many reasons why I don't want to go back. Like I said, look at all this uncomfortableness. I couldn't imagine there. I would feel like I'm just a robot. I'm just going through the motions, you know? That's how I'm just going through the motions. And I feel like if somebody loves you, they wouldn't ask you to do that. Like, and I don't know, everyone knows. I think when you go through stress, you're so used to it. It's not good for you. It's not a used to that works for you. But you're used to it, and you don't have anything to compare it. And then you come out of that stress. This is the real part. And then you come out of that stress, and you realize, oh my God, I was stressed. You ever had that where you probably were very tired, you went on vacation, that maybe one that you actually got to sleep and relax, and you sleep for so long, you sleep so deeply, and you go, oh my God, I didn't know I was this tired. It's not, you don't know how tired you are when you get rest. You don't know how stressed you are until you come out of it. And I just don't want that. This, like I said, this is stressful. This coming from there to there. Thank you for the love. This is, and I just know me. I don't know why I'm so sensitive. Like, I'm not sure, you know, but it's spiritual. Like, the more spiritually in tune, and being in tune is there's a sensitivity that would have to be happening. It's just like, and everything is mentally, physically, it's all one. It's not separate, you know. So, yeah, that's what it is. Hey, Khadija, the food could hurt you because you know our food is, that's nothing. It makes sense. Thank you. Thank you, Robin, first of all. I appreciate that. Yes. Oh, and the food, I mean, I got real food here. I mean, real food. Like, I got real food, and the food prices. Going to a store and knowing that, oh my God, everything is so expensive, stress. Looking at the food and going, oh my God, and this is, like somebody was saying, they say, oh, I noticed, and I think when I was in the Caribbean as well, the oranges here, the skin of the orange is green. The lemon is green. And then somebody was saying, oh, yeah, wow, your oranges are green. They're not like the ones in the state. And I said, oh, it was the lemons. And I said, I don't remember what American lemons look like. Somebody said they're yellow. I was like, oh wow, they are yellow. I remember that. But in the Caribbean and Africa, they're green. I mean, I'm just saying, I know there's different varieties, but it kind of scares you, makes you question. So, my food is the most important, especially with my blood pressure, you know. But even the ride itself, you get off and here it goes. You come into Kotoka, the airport here. I mean, it's probably like maybe Caribbean airports. I mean, it's a little laid back. Mom, how are you? Madame, come through. Welcome, slow, easy, relax. So, you come to America, be like, stand over there. Pull you to the side. Coming from the country. Let me look at your passport. I don't need it. I don't need that kind of stress, y'all. That sounds like a lot of stress, And I just don't need it. But this is a thing. Now let's go deeper. This is just a thing that's happening to this 59-year-old woman that this year I'll be 59. So it's the part of that too. As you get older, I feel like it's supposed to get easier. And I know that that's not always the case, but that's always the wish. That's always the desire, is that we get better, that we get, I feel like, more relaxed, that we get more at peace, that we get more in serenity. You feel me? So I'm at that point in my life. So there's that extra, I'm at that point in my life where I can't do it. I won't do it, but I might have to, but I won't. I feel like, you love me, right? You love me? Oh, I love you. Okay, don't ask me to do that. Just come here. I'm just, I know that people speak of the soft life, and I know that it's from the perspective of being in the U.S. That's mostly what I hear. I mean, they say it here too, but here means somebody do everything for you. That means, a lot of times here it means the soft life is I want a guy to take care of me and spend all his money. That's no. In the U.S., I think it's a little different with the soft life. It's just about like not having to struggle and not having everything be difficult and taking good care of yourself. A lot of self-care in the soft life. For me, the soft life is being at peace. Being in serenity, being in tranquility, or tranquilo, male, tranquila. That's the soft life to me. It's about my daily movement, not about the things I do every once in a while. Not about thank you for love, not about the once a week and the nails and that's nice. That's a nice self-care. But the soft life is peace. May I spend all the rest of my days there. And then also it's abundance. It's abundance. I always go back to that Maslow chart of hierarchy. And then on the top is self-actualization, spiritual spontaneity, right? Self-realization. And on the bottom is the everyday things, right? The lower chakras or the lower energy centers, the survival chakras. I gotta make sure I got enough to eat. I gotta make sure I got shelter, right? I gotta make sure I'm taken care of. I gotta make sure I have enough money. I gotta make sure I have a way to take job. Right? And this is the lower. You can't even get to the high part. You can't even get to. I just gotta make sure I gotta sit down. That's why I say when I get all the serenity, I have to know that this is the blessing. This is abundance. This is tranquility. This is peace. And yeah, so I know that hardness getting up there. Now for me, we grew up in the very more, there was no money, there was really even no food, but we could eat, we could meditate, we could do that, we could be quiet, we could visualize and have greater. That's probably why I got really good at it. So it was no distractions, it was no food, it was no, but it was a lot of stress being poor. It was a lot of stress not having, it was a lot of stress. Not having enough to buy food. That's stressful. I don't want that. And, but, since I've gotten on my own for sure, I've been able to avoid that stress as much as possible. And then when I got here, it's just a whole nother world. And I don't know if it's always going to be this way. I don't know if it's, so many people, I don't know. I don't even know about all that. All I know is I know what I want. And I know it feels good. And I know, like I said, I'm transitioning from the city somebody made a good point, said maybe you're detoxing from the city, which is very toxic as far as environmentally, very toxic. But yeah, yeah. He says, I'm supposed to travel back to New York City since November, and I can't seem to leave Trinidad. Come on. Despite its challenges, I'm able to eat better and free my mind from the mental clutter. Exactly, and we talked about that. That's right. And you tell them the truth. And I know a lot of people like that be like, yeah, I got to go back, and they're in different countries that's a lot more laid back, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go next month. Oh, I understand, because you already know. You already know. That's what it is. Our body knows. Our body remembers. Our body be like, ooh, oh, where are we going? Oh my God, let me get ready. You know, we were talking about this being a sister friend that every diaspora that we know that has lived here but has to go back to the States for many reasons. Aging parents, to see their children, to take care of some business, right? Well, it'd be real reasons like that. We all have that bit of anxiety. It's a little bit of like, pump me up, you know, pump me up, like, pump me up because I'm about to go back in. It's like going back in. Can you imagine? A lot of you can't. A lot of you, if you're not from there, if you're not somewhere else, you can't. I'm just, for those that are, it could be anywhere. There's other stressful places too. The red, white, and blue seems to be leading the dang way, but there's a lot, you know, there's other ones. But I'm from there, so I have to compare that to here. And when you do compare that to here, I don't even compare it. My body goes into a little bit of stress, just the thought of it. It's not like, oh, I'm happy. Oh, thank you, Robin, for deleting. I was going to say, I know we're going to get the knuckleheads coming in, so thank you. It's going into the Lions Den, honestly. Yes, this country's, okay, thank you. Just say what it is. And I appreciate that. We don't even have to play. So y'all could imagine. And just think about it. Just being in a place for a year is, you feel something. 2 years, you feel something. 3 years, you might even feel like you're part of the place. 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. And I gotta go back to this absolute freaking shock. And the shock doesn't just start when I land. It starts the moment I get out of here and the plane. The plane itself is not even all that healthy. You know, I already know that. All those people, my body gets so, it's not very used to new germs. You know, that's most people, like if you've been in a certain kind of pristine, and I'm not saying pristine, but you know, different kind of environment for a long time, and your body enters into a new one, it's not used to those germs. It's not used to those diseases, right? The fact that too, you know, just some other level, I wouldn't travel in the winter in the States. I wouldn't rather be the winter there to go. But if you had to go in the winter, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that at all. My body, I don't know if I make it, child. And then, yeah, that mental state. Of course, people feel differently there. People are upset. People are angry. People are scared. People are, I guess it's people that's happy and joyful. But for our people, we're going through it. And we see it. But not everybody is, to be honest. And I don't know, y'all, like, being an outsider, yes, I become an outsider. Looking in, who would sign up for that? You know? I need my nervous system to regulate. And I'm just sensitive. And it's just that simple. I'm just sensitive. The airport navigation is just yucky. A high alert, and oh, I don't need it. I don't even need it. I'm like, you know what? Why would I sign up for this? But my baby's there. But my baby did say that she would come to see me. Let's go get this tea. She did say that, and I'm just going to tell her, let's just do that. That mommy don't have to go through stress. You could have been here already. And we got several places we can go to stay. So she can even relax and remember what it is to be. You know, now we got different stress here. Don't get me wrong. we got different stress here. Like the lights may go on. Now, where I live in a car, the lights don't go on, but the water issue. But I fixed the water issue. I fixed it. Here you got plenty of borehole water, which you actually can't drink. But the lights might go off. We just get more than generator is solar, and I'm working on it too. So with all that being said and talking to the right people, which is you all, I actually feel like I'm ready. So I met a friend, he's a male friend, he's Black American, all the things that you be missing when you, especially ones that it's different. It's like, it's nice to be around Black Americans who also live in Ghana, who also have taken that leap and doing something different. There's a camaraderie, but that could be if we all met, if I was visiting Colombia, the DR, and meeting those that already lived there. If I was living there, there's just a certain kind of energy. It's different than your people coming in from the States and going back. There's a different energy connection. But I was into a wonderful man and a friend, and he's a Virgo, so he's like, he would like stop going back and forth to Accra, like stay right here, buckle down, build you something, think about your other resources, and make it happen. And I need it, because I want to be solid. I'm fasting to find not just clarity, but to feel solid. Yes. Hey, Lily Bear. So I have to remember, I got my gratitude journal over there, but I need to write it, and I'm writing it today. I have to keep giving thanks when I start saying, oh, I'm up here, and oh, I'm down there, I have to continue to give thanks because I have a lot to be thankful for. And a lot of times, all of us don't. I want to say, sometimes we feel like, oh, I could have did this, or I haven't done this yet, or what am I thinking, what am I doing? And I want you to remind you of all the things you did do. All the things that you did, that you moved forward on, and I gotta remember what I did. I did a lot. I've tried, if you will. I don't usually use that word. I attempted a lot. I put it in, and yeah, it worked out. And I've been following spirit. That's all. Follow spirit. And even I have to remember, like, you're following spirit. You're not following your ego. You're not following your fear. You're following spirit. And just keep telling you, like, you're following spirit, so that's what you're doing. Hey, it's Jasmine. And keep following your spirit. One thing I'm going to tell you, if you want to be successful, and success looks different for everyone, keep working on yourself. When I go through something, so I wanted to let everybody know, I talk myself into wellness. I talk myself into wholeness. I talk myself into oneness with the divine. So when I mention that I'm going through something, it's only to say this is a raw expression and a raw feeling. I'm going to get to what I need. I'm going to get to what the challenge is. I'm going to get to what the problem is because I want to. And so my way of doing it is going through it and showing you all of it. I can't not do it. I'm gonna show you the nose, I'm gonna show you the sniffling, I'm gonna show you the this, and y'all gonna make your own conclusions, come to your conclusions and whatever, and that's fine. I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna go, yes, this is it. No, that's it. Yes, this is it. That's part of the process. Just so you know, if you wanna push yourself a little further out from where you are. The process is not knowing. That's part of the process. To want to know is a gift. To want to know, I think about like philosophers. I think that's what's so amazing about the greatest philosophers. They want to know, but they know they don't know. So they search. And the best place to search is within yourself. So I'm asking these questions. I don't look at myself if I made a bad choice, so I did it wrong. I did it my way. Come on, Frankie. Come on, Frank. What's his name? No, his name is Frank Sinatra. Yeah, I call him Frankie. I did it my way. I did it my way. And that, I have to do it my way. I have to do it my way. I love that about me. You got to wake up in the morning and at least do what you love about yourself. I love that about me. I love that I search. I love that I travel. And I don't mean travel physically, because you got to travel spiritually first. But I'm human, so I still get scared. I still have a bump in the road. I still don't know which way to turn. I still question everything, you know. I'm so human. It's actually the act of being human that's divine. It's the act of being human that's divine. And most people are not fully human. They're afraid to doubt. They're afraid to let that be. They're afraid to look at the patterns. They're afraid to just let the patterns be, but knowing I see them and I'm asking and I'm moving in that direction. And I love that about me. I'm gonna figure it out. I mean, life is about figuring it out. It's not a straight answer. It's not one thing, and it's multiple things. Like I said, I've walked into things about my life that I absolutely love, and I've not tried to do it. I just followed spirit. But don't think that spirit is always going to lead you directly to the perfect place where everything is wonderful, the birds are singing, you know, metaphorically speaking. And honey, twists and turns, and even when you get there, you're gonna be like, oh, this was nice for about 1 minute. Because it's the idea of the cell, right? And that the cell is doing something when you put it under the microscope, the cell is operating in some different way. The moment you look at the cell, and now the cell changes. So you want this thing from this place. You do all the things to get it. And when you get to the place, it changed. The idea of what you want looking from here, it looks different than when you actually get there. But did the thing actually change? No, you changed. The process of getting to that place changed. So you could ask for it now in a different way. You have more data. And life is your data. And then when you have uncomfortable feelings, that's a good thing. That just shows you that there's something that's ahead. There's something that's good for you, possibly. And we all got those things that are good for us when we're scared, right? We have fear, even though it's great for us. And thank you for the Bell Hotel. I just want to tell you that's part of the process. When I know I'm about to run, I have to talk my way through it so that I don't run, because it's probably something in where I'm at that is going to be good for me. But the idea of wanting to run, there is really nothing absolutely like wrong. It's not wrong. You know, we got to take that out of it. There's not something wrong with you. It just means like, this means that this is important. This is something that maybe from your childhood, maybe some fear you gathered along the way called life. And all you got to do is recognize it in the moment and push through it or not. Because you have all of eternity to get it right. And you're never going to get it right, because there is no right. It's just different ways of doing it, just different expressions. I love my wanting that different and wanting to have and needing to have. We could have it all, but you have to decide what that is for you. Like I was saying earlier in this live, that I can just stay up here and do and build, but I need Accra. But I don't have to say when I'm in Accra that I'm going to stay. I don't have to stay here. Go back to that. I could have Accra, I could have here, and I could have a beachfront house if I want to too. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit who you are. I need to get away and go somewhere else. And there's nothing wrong with me to want that. It's just I'm fulfilling the different parts of myself. I always think about that commercial. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. It's just, I love that about me. I got what I need, and I know how I feel, and I can go back between the two 1,000 times if I want to. At the same time, I know that now separately that I am here to stay, and I have to sit in the uncomfortableness, and that's the part that you'll see me going, all I'm really saying is I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable, so I want to run. I want to run because I'm uncomfortable. Somebody tell me to be solid, Somebody tell me it's just normal, something great is coming. Somebody tell me just sit there, you're on that with the precipice of something amazing. Ride through the uncomfortableness, sit in the uncomfortableness. And that's what I said. I got this friend he feels all the same things too, especially being up here, but he's sitting in it and getting shit done. Because in the end, you'll be like, oh, I'd sacrificed, but it was worth it. Look at all the benefits of what I've received. Everyone's in an uncomfortable, you know what? Maybe everyone does not put themselves in uncomfortable situations. Some people keep their lives so, what do you call that? I don't know. I'm not going to say regimented, but protective. Like, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to be here. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to go outside of it because then I'm going to have feelings that I don't want to deal with. I'm going to control what comes into my life and how it does. And I'm not like that. I'm like, let's go buck wild. Let's go buck wild. Let's go buck wild. I've done okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see if I was like, yo, I don't want buck wild. I'm on the corner of Hollywood Boulevard. I'm spazzed out. No, I'm not. I'm okay. Take a breath. Take a breath and go through it. So I was trying to say, oh, you know, I make excuses. When I want something, I can make, you know, I can argue it down, right? And as, I don't know, just sometimes you need some earth in your life and be like, listen, ground yourself over here. Give thanks. That's why I say when I'm in a Volta region and I get that feeling like, oh my God, I got to run back to the crowd, look at this, you know, what am I going to do up here? I got 1,000 things I can do up here. If any one of them would work. You know, I got 1,000 things that I can do up here, and any one of them would work. So I go back to see, well, what is that about? Then when I started going deeper, I took it to, oh, that's about that feeling guilty about settling here. Looks like you're going against where you were from. You're giving up on where you are. And I got to stop doing that. You know, I got to deal with, okay, there's guilt, and there's always going to be that guilt. When you're the one that leaves, let me tell you something. When they got survivor's guilt, I'm going to say they got leaver's guilt or whatever. When you're the one that leave, when you're the one that do it differently, when you're the one that go against the grain, oh, the guilt that you have. It's there. But that's complications in life, that consequences that go with it. So you have to sit there and realize that, no, you're really doing something for everybody. That you really are the seer. You really are the pioneer. You really are the trailblazer. And I know, and I will hold this, that me being here could potentially help people in my family when they wake up and realize they ain't got to go down with the ship. When they stop being scared of Africa and their own selves. When they stop being scared of who they are and where they come from and stop denying it. But that's okay, I can't help you on that one. Somebody got to do it. It ain't easy being the one, but I prefer it, to be honest. I'm gonna do it my way, and maybe it'll help other people, and that's important to me. So I give thanks for that. I give thanks for that. Frank Sinatra, yes. Okay. Yes, I said Frankie. Hey, greetings, Jasmine. Crystal Bush says, yes, it seems like my gratitude journey helps me to keep perspective. When I get behind, I tend to lose the proper perspective. Yes, the gratitude journey was everything, and I got to do it. Frank Sinatra, yes, I love that jingle. Yes, we feel everything and make decisions as we're passing through the moments because we have to in order to live. I love that, yes. They keep their lives in containment. That's it, Jasmine. When I feel indecisive, I dig deeper, yes, and try to just go with what I value the most. Those are uncomfortable times for me. I'm getting better, though. This is so powerful what you said, and it needs to be repeated. Crystal says, when I feel decisive, I dig deeper. Me too. I dig deeper and try to just go with what I value the most. Those are uncomfortable times for me. I'm getting better, though, thankfully. Yes, you are a trailblazer. Thank you, Jasmine. Yeah. Dig deeper. It's feeling uncomfortable. I want to run. run. I want to run. There's nothing wrong with this. Just there's a pattern. You're scared. That's what you do when you're scared. You know that you're, and then like I said, when I came up with the idea of not really just building the dang house, opening the guest house for guests, it's about, I'm attached to this person that is still over there. So yeah, there's a guilt about sometimes you got out. It happens a lot, even with money, like the entertainer that comes from the hood and they got out and their friends didn't. Some feel so guilty they go back and they don't never come, they die there. There's a guilt about the one who made it, so to speak, the one who got it. There's a because you had to do something. Believe me, those people go through it. But it's so important to really stay firm, straight and narrow, in the sense that you know that they may not understand now, but they will see it later and possibly benefit from what you had created. I remember, I kept thinking to myself, I said, well, if I build all this stuff, my daughter don't want to come to Africa, so she'll never benefit from it, and what's the use? So I was talking about asking her what I should do. Should I open up the guest house and, the properties that I got? She's like, Mom, well, I think that if you got property and stuff, you should absolutely keep it. I was so surprised to hear that she said that. I'm sitting here thinking she don't get it, or, she's like, no, like, we working it out. Like, Mama kind of doing something over here. I like it. Sometimes the people that you left behind will never get it. And sometimes the people that you left behind will get it eventually. You have to be that one that do that thing. Because if I have fear and I left, if I have fear and I took chances, the people who stay have even more fear. And when I watch my family go through it, but they're so afraid to try to do something new, They want, I have people that say, I gotta get out of the red, white, and blue. But they want exactly what they had in the States. They're looking for places that are comparable. If you got the money for that, go ahead and do it. But I keep trying to tell one person in the family, like, you're smart. You could go to a place that may not have it all, but they have less rules. Some people, people from the red, white, and blue, they're so used to rules and regulations. They call it progress, they call it structure. But it's actually a prison, because the moment they take all those away from you, you don't know what to do. So I like frontiers, the new frontiers. It tends to have less rules, less regulations, so that you can create whatever you want without stipulations. It's so much that's needed, and in a minute you can make it. But we tend to look for the same things, the same masters. We have a very hard time of saying, I can create the life I want. And then knowing, like you said, get real clear, Crystal Bush, like this, and decide on what do you value. I value peace. I value abundant life. And I value no stress. Another way of saying stress, whatever's the opposite of stress, which is peace. So I value that I don't have to think. I value great foods, healthy foods. I value fresh air, but I also value a good life and a nightlife and a whole bit. I value choices too. Gotta have choices. I value beauty and wellness, and I value, like what they say, work-life balance. I get to do this. I get to teach master classes. I get to do YouTubes on it. This is just me being me, child. I value that I don't have to compromise myself in order to make $1. I value the way that I do follow spirit. I probably put that as number one. I value the quirkiness of myself and spaces to be that quirky. Thank you for the love. I value that. I value my non-conformist way. I value that. That one, I've been that for so long. Oh yeah, I'm a non-conformist. I'm going to question. If it's too right, if it's too straight or narrow, if it's too, oh, it's not probably gonna be for me. I ain't gonna do it. Thank you for the love. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I value that I'm not gonna do certain things. No matter what you say, no matter how flowery the words are, no matter what, I ain't doing it. It's not gonna happen for me. I don't like it. It's not gonna be. I value my vulnerability. I value my big heart. I value the depth that's inside of me. I value the vulnerability. I value, like, I come in and be like, he left me for somebody else. I value that shit. I value. I value me. I've been me for a long time, and hopefully I'm a better me than I ever was before. But I don't value all of that other stuff. Okay, so no, I'll just get the water. I'll build a borehole before I say, oh, well, you just got the water right there. And y'all got problems with that in certain places too. Let the weather do something and the water be off too. When you're on the outside, when I lived in red, white, and blue, I tell you too, it's like a child. Like, I grew up that we were the best. Red, white, and blue. Like, we were the smartest, we were the most advanced, we were the most civilized, I guess. We were the most, like the superpower. We had it all. The other countries are suffering. They ain't got no water, And then you live outside and you're looking at it, it don't look like that no more. It's a lie. It's a lie. As they say out here, it's a lie. That means I deny that. I don't feel that. I'm not taking that in. And you start realizing, wow, life is what you make it, and these other places you can make it if you want to. And I sat in the sun yesterday on the side of the house, and it reminded me of the simplicity of when I was in Brooklyn and didn't have a lot to eat, and my mom probably was worried about how she gonna pay the rent. But my happy place was sitting in the sun on the stoop for hours. And to be able to do that in another country. Let me tell you about living abroad too. You get used to it. You do get accustomed. You think like, oh my God, how am I gonna adjust? I mean, everybody can't, and everybody's not gonna adjust probably, but it's your way of life. You just can't go backwards. Going back there, for me, not for everybody else. There's people here going there as an advancement. The people that was born here, going back there, I don't see it as the greatest place on earth. I don't see it as the civilized, the abundant. I don't see it as that. I see this as that, and that as the third world that they have said that this was. I don't see it. It's a lie to me. So, you can see why it's hard for me to even think about. I'd say, oh, I'm ready, I'm gonna go back. I don't want to go back, but I'm not gonna go back. I'll come here. I know we're told you're supposed to sacrifice for your children. You're supposed to sacrifice for your parents. You know what? The sacrifice is coming out here with nothing and creating something. And making sure that I am sacrificing, that when they get tired of that bullshit, they can come and enjoy this with me. And because we're all so smart, we can make it just even better and bigger. That's the sacrifice. That's the true sacrifice. So, yeah, it's a good thing, y'all. It's a good thing. Thank you for getting these people out. Thank you. The days when there's no water running through the main line and we use water from our tanks, yes, there's always another way we must fill it within. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, me in Accra, the landlady, we buy the water. Now I have a water problem. She's gonna give me a tank so that it'll flow through the pipes. Here the water absolutely flows. It's a borehole. It's the best water. You actually could drink it. And for the lights, you get a solar. Forget even a generator. Solars. Like I said, the guy that I've been introduced to that's giving me a lot of help, he got the solar, the battery, the this, the that, it's all here. Wind turbines for power, all kinds of stuff. The things that I wanted, but on a little nicer level than I was about to do it. So, and it's the way it should be. We should be relying on the water from the ground, and we should be, relying on energy from other sources, right? We should be. especially Africa. I mean, if we're not using the sun, what are we doing? We're actually going better. We're actually going, it's a higher living, but they want to tell you it's not. Now getting your high rises and your concrete and your this and that. I'm going to do a Ram Earth house. I already know, and it's going to be simple because, 2-bedroom Ram Earth house, but I got to start saving money. So the more I'm getting to going back and forth, I have to ground myself. I'm grounding myself so that I can do this work. And I'm moving beyond myself so I can go to the next level. We all can get stuck, no matter where we are, no matter where we end up. We all can get stuck. We try not to get stuck no more. We're getting unstuck right now. So yes, indeed. Because Lisa, what do you like best about being there? And what do you not like about it? Just curious, it's a great question. What I like best about being there is I feel so free. And I don't know, like when you own your own land and you never have to worry about a mortgage, that's a freedom, The fact that I can get 2 or 3 apartments and then use one for a rental, I love that. I love the freedom and I love the opportunities. I love that. I love a sense of being around the people that all look like me. I actually still marvel at it. It's so nice to be like everybody else. And those from that, I know the American races don't be like everybody else, but in that case, I absolutely love it. Here specifically, I love the kindness of the people. I think they're good people. I mean, there's some bad seeds everywhere, but overall, I think they're really good, kind people. I think I love that. I love seeing people smile and have conversation for you. I love the price of the food and the quality of the food, probably number one. I love that you have access because of the crowd. So you have access to almost anything that you could want if you want U.S. stuff. I love that. I could talk about the prices of things because it matters. I love that I feel free, like the free world. I love that I can design, I can have my own clothes made. I love that I can design my own bags. I love how creative I can be. I love that. I love the amount of help and the skills and that I could actually, I've never said, hey, I want a sink and I want cabinets and let's do bamboo. That's freedom. I love that. I love that I can go from one place to the other, just back and forth. I love that. I love that. If you ask what I don't like about it, I'm going to actually say it for the first time. There's nothing I don't like about it. There's nothing when I really think about it, because all of it can be fixed and actually it could be better. It's the dreams that I want. So if you talk about the water or the electricity, depending on where you are, you don't have to suffer. Buy a tank. I'm just that simple. You don't have to suffer. You get a generator, but better than a generator, you can get solar. So those two things that would be like, it's even not but it do be you'd be frustrated with that damn stuff. When I say there's none I don't like, because I'm being reasonable, right? There's nothing I don't like. There's nothing that is a deal breaker. There's nothing that would make me want to go somewhere else, except maybe I want a new adventure, I want to meet new people. But with the exception of the utility, there's maybe what I'm trying to think, because let me think, what else would I like? That just oh my God, these people. I can't think of anything, but if I do, I'll let you know. So yeah. Hey, LZ Show, how are you? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. If that's the same LZ Show. It's not much. It's not much. I mean, I really want to think. No. But the things I love, you see the list. Yeah, even going through it in relationship, that's just life. That's life. It's a good life. We do sit here. We do sit there. We sit. I was visiting my male friend, and we were talking about, and my sister was here, her man, and we were talking about wealth and how wealth is, especially in the village, especially in the countryside. It's like I had extra food. Give you an example. I had some bananas. Listen, I'm a snob on the bananas. If they're not the local ones, I don't even want it. I don't like the way they taste. I don't like the way they smell, nothing. I had some onions that I don't use because they give me heartburn. And I had some, I think that was it. And I was like, oh, I'll give this food away. There's no one here to give it to. Let me tell you why I say that. Because everybody here has food. Oh, you in a foreign country, you can eat. You're gonna form. I love that. How many times do you hear that in the States? All that food being wasted, but people are eating, are hungry. I have a place that I can't even give the food away. Everybody got food. They'll take clothes. That'll be fun because they'll think your clothes are different, special, unique. Your American clothes, but they can get that. They like my design clothes too, because I'm about to give some away today, as a matter of fact. I love that. I love that in a sense I can't give the food away. They already got that. They already got food. They already grow bananas. They already got pawpaw. They already got it. They already got food. I love that. That's deep right there. I love that I can save money because it don't take as much. It depends though, because you can go to crime and lose your mind. But I even now know how to do that in reason. Yeah, I love if I have an idea and be like, it would be nice to, and be able to implement it. Like, you see, I do it all the time. Be like, so y'all, I'm gonna go to the seamstress. I'm gonna have this, and this made, and be like, boom, hey, oh, she did it, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over there. Yeah, I'm gonna go over and get this other plate. I love that. Your wish is my command energy. But that's my version of it. But I love the movement of being a black woman. Even though I get stared everywhere I go, I get stared a whole lot here, but I get stared in the crowd too, even though it's more of us. Not maybe as much, but I still do. And I love that. I love that I don't have to compromise myself. I love a lot, But the most is that intense fear or worry or waking up like what's going to be next. It's pretty much the same, not too much is going to change. I even like that politically there's no too hard rules. I love that part. So I hope that helped. Your sister visited you. My sister, as a sister that I've known for 30 years, she actually already lives in the Cape Coast. And she came to visit me from the Cape Coast to come up here to the Volta. And that's 9 hours away from me. So she came in from the Cape Coast, stayed in Accra. Came to my Accra apartment. The next morning we came up here. So yeah. It is 9:54. So I think I'm 5 hours ahead. Yeah, I'm 5 hours ahead of the East Coast. Jasmine, it's okay. I know her. I think so she's okay if you want to undo it. Yeah. I haven't seen her in years, but thank you, darling. If it is still the same person. Yeah. LZ show. Well, that was like, woo, back in the day. That's okay, but I appreciate that. But you can take away the other one. You can take away the one right now. Just erase that one. Thank you so much. Take away the last one, please. Because you're doing good, and I appreciate you. It's okay, because it's better to be on the side caution. But the one underneath you, if you're still there, take that one out. Yeah, it's still there, but I know you'll take it out. When she asked about the time, yeah, I understand. So it's no bad. But there's another one up there. Thank you. Get rid of that one. No, you're doing good. It's always better to do it, what you did. I will always say that. So, it's an hour. Wow, we've been having fun. I really want us to go to the guest house. Could go on the other channel, but we already. I want to. I'm so hungry, y'all. I'm fasting. I'm losing weight, and it's all good. But I need a juice. That was the start of the day. We are going to now amp it up and have some real breakfast. And the real breakfast is. I think tomorrow's my last day of fasting. All right, I need some food. Okay. On April, hopefully Tuesday, I can do chicken greens. All right, because I never could fast too long anyway at this time. This is orange, pineapple, ginger, chili juice. I'm going to make indulge in that. Today's the last day of my fast, I'm pretty sure. And these bananas, that's going to need some time. We got all these soft pawpaws. Fix the music. Let me put it on another angle. Yeah, my pants are falling off me. It's time to clean up. I don't need to fast a lot of this. I don't need a lot to fast. And this is day 8. And I'll finish today. Tomorrow we're going back to eat. Just for cereal and all that good stuff. Still wrong. Still wrong. Really good. This one for pawpaw. Put it. We need some thickness. Substantial. Yeah, my bad. I think my health is valuable, my food. So I've been in a place where I can be in charge of that. I love that. Being in a place where I can't be in charge of that, I don't love that. Okay. I'm gonna do this fast. Yeah, my fast, I mean, it don't last that long. Because I don't really have that much to fast, and I don't eat too poorly, so. So we always eat. Last day of my fast. And what reminds me is to just make sure I make more juices. This fast is reminding me to make sure I juice more. That's it, juice more. Incorporate that, you're doing great. I really don't have. I know it's at my age and this time of my life, especially menopausal, the fasting too long is actually goes the opposite way for me. It won't be so good. I did a cleanse fast. This is the 8th day. I did raw foods. And then yesterday, all liquids, today, all liquids, and I'm done. Tomorrow, I'll incorporate a cheese cereal. I'll just start chewing the food. And I'll start with that. And then the next day, I'll incorporate a salad. I'm gonna need my strength to do the work that I gotta do. I also want to start riding my bike again. Right, today's Sunday and it's overcast. This is a perfect day to ride a bike because they're all in church, so you ain't run nobody over, you know. It's mighty good. Anyway, I love you with all my heart. Have you considered going on TikTok? I have, but I keep thinking I'm gonna do it, and then I never do it. So I don't think it's. No, not really. Let me just say that. I really haven't. I don't want to go. I'm not interested. But why? Tell me why. I'm not interested. You know, I know a lot of people. I'm weird. I know a lot of people that gain a lot of followers. I don't care about all that. I got this channel. I got Afrocentrichomedesign, and then I got a membership group. I do master classes. I only want the right people, and I'm not for everybody. I don't want more platforms, and I don't do Instagram even though I'm already on. On some days I know I heard it's addicting too as that. Yeah, I don't want to do any of that. It was too negative, yes. Actually, that, I'm telling you, and I've been on Facebook. Facebook could be negative as hell. Ooh. I don't even like Facebook. I don't know. Maybe I got to clean my timeline. I have no idea, but it's always something violent. I'm like, you know what? I can't do it. TikTok too. That's just too much. But LZ, I'm watching you too. Like, why you want to know if I would want to go on those channels? I'm trying. Jasmine may have have the right feeling. Why you want to know? I don't want to go on TikTok. I don't want to go on none of them. I'm doing great. All I got to do is work what I already got. If it's about more money, I got a whole guest house, make some money. Sell my fashions. Do more designs. I got 30-something, I stay at 30-something subscribers for years. I absolutely don't care. I know you missed the beginning. I don't do stress. I'm not here like funnel, and it's not me. I'm 59 years old. I ain't even into it like that. I like real conversations. We go back and forth. I have a nice core group of people, and I continue to have new people that come. I love what's happening. There's no more I need. I think you're right. Jasmine. I think you're right. So I'm gonna let you. Might have to do what you have to do. You got good always intuition, so I follow it too. But anyway, I love y'all, and I will see you on the next one. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Yeah, thank you. That's perfect. We're gonna keep that like that. Peace and blessings. Peace.